Welcome to the Amerind. My name is Eric Caldwell. I'm the Chief Executive here of the Amerind Foundation, and for the last 12 years I've been the Chief Curator of the Amerind Museum. The exhibit that we're standing in right now is called Indigenous Waterways. It was our great pleasure to host the Smithsonian's traveling exhibit, Waterways, which told the national story of water throughout the United States, and it toured through the state of Arizona over the course of 2 years. While that exhibit was here, we created our own companion exhibit, which you can still come see and enjoy. In this exhibit, we talk about the many different indigenous peoples of northern Mexico and the American Southwest. And we specifically focus in this exhibit on teaching people about their agricultural techniques for gathering water and engineering the landscape to bring water to their crops. So in this exhibit, you'll learn about the ancient Huaca, who constructed over 2,000 kilometers of irrigation channel in what is today Greater Phoenix. And you'll learn about something that you'll see all over the Southwest today, gridded gardens. Sometimes they're called waffle gardens. That's a very ancient idea, thousands of years old, developed by indigenous people. Those gardens trap water and allow it to sink very gently into the soil to nurture their crops. The importance of water to native peoples and to their farms and their fields can't be overstated. And what we see in artwork, and what this exhibit celebrates, is artwork that looks to the sky, that looks to clouds, that looks to symbols that have to deal with the rain and the coming of our growing season. And speaking about the relationship between water and art, one of the examples I'd like to share with you is this basket. It was woven by a Atta weaver. The Atta, for those of you who live in Tucson, the indigenous community that's located to the west of Tucson and quite near Tucson, that's on heavier mission. The Atta Nation is one of the largest reservations in the United States, and it's home to some of the most beautiful basket makers in the world. This is one of their pieces, and what they're depicting in this scene, there's a woman here with a large stick, and she is going out to gather saguaro fruit. To the Atta, this is the beginning of their calendar year, traditionally. They're farming peoples, traditionally. And while them folks do all sorts of jobs today, lawyers and doctors and politicians and leaders, for many generations, they were traditional farmers. And to grow crops here successfully is to wait for those summer rains to plant the traditional crops of the autumn. So what happens if you're here through our summer? Well, in the month of June, the saguaros put on their fruit. And that's the time of the year when autumn go out and gather those fruit. And they ferment that fruit down to a juice and into a wine. And in a very important celebration where that wine gets consumed, this helps bring the rains of summer to the people here in southern Arizona. So by July, that's when our monsoons start. And in the traditional autumn agricultural year, that's when they would go out and start planting their crops so that they could harvest them by the fall. So this basket, which celebrates going out and gathering saguaro fruit, is also celebrating the importance of bringing rains and water to the land to feed and nourish the people. In the artwork that celebrates rain and water and the moisture that we need to survive here in the American Southwest and northern Mexico, we often see things like this, animals that we really strongly associate with the coming of the monsoon rains. So if you've been here through our summers and this is your home, you know that when the monsoon rains come, you'll hear all these frogs and toads croaking all over the landscape, and the rest of the year you don't hear them. When that rain comes, that's their opportunity to get up and to live their full life cycle in a very compressed period of time. There's this piece that was made perhaps 8 centuries ago, and on the surface of it you actually see the applique of a frog done in ceramic. And then you see a piece that was maybe made 60 or 70 years ago. It was made by an artist at the Pueblo Zuni, and they too have depicted that frog on the top. All of these are harbingers of moisture, harbingers of water. That's so important to life here, to the traditional farming peoples of our region. The importance of rain to all of us in the American Southwest and northern Mexico continues to this day. The Amerind is very happy and very honored when we have the opportunity to have indigenous artists come to our campus and be artists in residence. One of those artists created this piece. This is by the artist Rosemary Lonewolf. Rosemary is a multimedia artist. She's from a well-known family of potters. She also does beautiful prints and paintings like these, and she's designed important works of public art. This particular piece by Rosemary, which was done in 2001, depicts a woman's headdress and it's a celebration of rains and clouds that you see in the artwork. From modern times to ancient, water, our relationship with water, how we care for water, how water provides all of us life, is an important subject matter to artists and to the story of the American Southwest and the people of northern Mexico.